So let us discuss today the 12th September 2015 newspaper. Now, with regard to the 12th September, the first article is related to the sectarian violence in the case of Middle East. Now, recently there is a huge agitation of the people in Iraq and in Lebanon. So this agitation is related to the civic services. So now all the Arab countries got united due to Arab nationalism that was sweeping the world during 1950s and 60s. Now once in Iran a republic has come into existence, so Iran was seen more as a threat by the Saudi Arabia, which has got the king's rule still today. So and the second thing is, Iran is a Shia dominated population, also became a natural enemy for the Saudi Arabia, which is a Sunni dominated population. Now in this context, Iraq is placed in between. Iraq has Shias of 65% and Sunnis of 34%. So Shia dominated country, it was ruled by Saddam Hussein, who was a Sunni, now during Baath party regime. And then the Dawa party, it was mostly under exile during the Saddam Hussein rule. And this Dawa party was a Shia dominated party. So now, as the Shia dominated party has come into existence, the Baath party started supporting the Islamic State in Iraq, which has led to the growth of Islamic State and the venom which it is spreading. So in this context, the Shias in the Iraq, the government of Shias in the Iraq and the world Baath establishment, they are trying to come for a compromise with regard to the Qatar, which has happened in Doha in Qatar. Now, but however, no result is visible with regard to this. And the next is, with regard to the war in Yemen, you can see that it is Houthis, that is the militia, or else we can say these are the rebel groups, these are Shias. On the other hand, Haidi, he was from Sunni. So it means Haidi was supported by the Saudi Arabia with aerial bombing, and Shia was Iran is supporting the Yemen. So Yemen can be better described as a proxy war between Iran and Saudi Arabia. And the next is, let's get into Syria. In the Syria, Assad, he is also a close component of a Shia group. So now, Saudi Arabia, it is supporting the rebel factions against the Assad in Syria. Now in Syria there is, though Sunnis are majority, the ruler is from Shia. It means Mr. Assad is from Shia, but the majority of the population are Sunnis. So that is Alawite Shia Mr. Assad was. So in this context, overthrowing of Syria or Assad government in Syria, it has become the objective of Saudi Arabia, and they are supporting the rebels over there, and also West is supporting the rebels over there. So because of this internal war or strife, huge immigration or huge refugees are migrating to the Europe through Mediterranean Sea. Again, this is also becoming a proxy war between Russia, China on one side and West on the other side, US and Europe on the other side, Saudi Arabia on one side and Iran on the other side. So the Syria is becoming a complicated picture. And next is, if you go to Lebanon, it has got equal proportion of Shia and Sunni and 40% of Christians. Here Hezbollah, it is a Shia terrorist organization and it supports Hamas in Palestine. Hezbollah supports the Hamas in Palestine. So Hezbollah in turn is supported by the Iran. So this is how entire this particular Middle East is getting complicated. So majorly Iran and Saudi Arabia's conflict is getting reflected as a sectarian violence in the entire Middle East. And next is Saudi Arabia's war in Yemen. If you observe that previously Ali Abdullah Saleh, he was the ruler. He belongs to Jaidi Shia. And after that, Arab Spring has replaced Ali Abdullah Saleh Now he has replaced by Mansour Ali Hadi. Mr. Hadi became the president after the Arab Spring. Now here, in the Arab Spring, Houthi Shias, they were very active, but Saudi Arabia did not allow these Houthi Shias to take up the presidency. And it has kept a Sunni, Mansour Ali Hadi, and did not give any political participation to the Houthis. Now, these Houthi Shias became a rebel group. So, Houthi Shias, they are supported now by the Abdullah Saleh and Iran. So, the deposed President Abdullah Saleh became a friend of Houthi Shias, and Iran is providing for her a back-end support. And next is Mr. Hadi, he is being supported by Saudi Arabia. So the result is this, the capital Sana'a is still in the control of the Shia rebels. So this is what is the scenario we have with regard to the war in Yemen. And Saudi is still supporting with air raids, in which recently Indians are also killed. So this is what is the with regard to this. This is what is the perils in Yemen. The article is all about. And next is Advantage Tamil Nadu. The global investors meet has recently happened in Chennai. So almost 2 lakh rupees plus worth of 2.4 lakhs to be precise. The MOUs were signed. So now, if MOUs are signed means, is it a guaranteed investment? First thing is, MOUs are a kind of an understanding. To transform it into an investment, a proactive approach from the government. And the second thing is the financial situation of the companies and availability of the land. All these becomes the factors. So whatever promised in MOU may not be transforming into an investment, but however access to the coast and also huge human resources, all these are the strength of Tamil Nadu, which can become a destination for the global investors. Especially the coast, already existing manufacturing infrastructure. These are the biggest strengths of the Tamil Nadu. And next is, on water issues, Ramaswamy Iyer, who was the Water Resources Secretary, he has passed away recently. In his memory, Miss Uma Maheshwari, she wrote some article. What it says is, the present society, it sees water as a resource and a commodity. So water, a river, shall not be seen just as a pool of water, but river has to be seen as a natural extension to the nature. So when you see it as a natural extension to the nature, then we do not talk about interlinking of rivers, changing the river's courses, etc. So this commodity or commodial view or supply side view, that is becoming very dangerous. So in this context, Mr. Ramaswamy Iyer has opposed the interlinking of rivers is one thing, and also the pristine nature of rivers in the northeastern India, they were getting disturbed because of various hydroelectric power projects which are being built over there. This was also opposed by Mr. Iyer. Another thing is the development. Generally, we see the development as a compromise that has to be made by a section of the people for a wider cause or for the betterment of majority of the population. So he says this notion of the development itself is wrong. So in this case, generally before any decision is being taken, the stakeholder involvement, it is becoming a buzzword for the government. Here the stakeholder involvement means the government is consulting with the beneficiaries. So instead of using the stakeholder involvement, he suggests that the stake beneficiaries and that is stake gainers are stake losers. In that way we have to classify. These are some practical points which he has brought into the notice over here. So these are the important articles which are related to today's newspaper. Further going through this, the Iran nuclear deal was passed by the American Congress. And it was a lot of relief to the President Obama over there. And when Iran nuclear deal was passed or signed, so the major impediment, it was thought that Republican dominated Congress may oppose to this particular thing. But however, the passing of nuclear deal is a big relief to the President Obama, who declared it as an historical step in progress yesterday. So these are the news. Thank you very much.